is
$2. Cash.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of The Fiend Cave with the Fiend Film Club.
Back from the grave.
Back from the grave. It's been a minute again, and here we are, and we watched some flicks, and we're ready to talk about them on this fine Saturday night.
Yeah, I was trying to think of how they were related, and all I could think of was 80s. It was kind of a random thing because one of them was something Richard had never seen, and one was I had never seen in its entirety. So,
and you know, I love when we do that. You know, that way it's just like, you know, it's something new for both of us, or even if it's something we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah,
or,
absolutely.
you know, it's like I don't remember seeing that. But anyway, without introductions, what we're gonna do again anyway.
Yeah.
You know, of course, I'm your host Richie with my co-host.
This is Sean.
Sean. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Sudsy, my cat, is stumbling around, and we're in Cave B.
Yes,
tonight.
we are at the Bat Cave currently doing this. Been moving around a bit and stuff, and these last few episodes we've actually been doing at the Bat Cave, which is awesome, a nice change actually. I like it.
We were actually at one point going to have a third tonight. Aaron, who was on the Nightmare City episode, was going to be with us, but he had some intestinal duress from the Indian we had earlier. So
shout out to Aaron. What's up, man?
So,
well, hopefully next episode.
I think he'll be probably on the next one, no doubt.
Hopefully, get these things going again, and gets our buddies back. And
well, it was a combination of lots of Indian food and then him just sporadically taking mad shots of whiskey at the Indian restaurant.
So long story short, so we all kind of went out to dinner, like all of us tonight. Myself, Sean, Aaron, and our friend Leslie, and so we went out, and and of course I had a couple of drinks, and then what is he, the owner, the manager?
The owner was
starts bringing drinks over.
Taste of India in Heath, Ohio, if you're ever there. Great Indian place. But
shout out to that. Yeah, great food.
He was just so nice and just kept thinking that he had to give us shots and drinks, and
I was feeling pretty good, I have to say. And I didn't have to pay a dime for it.
Don't worry, folks. I'm a responsible adult. I didn't have one drink. I was driving.
Sean was the awesome DD, for all of us,
Not for lack of trying. I mean, he was like bringing everything out. He saw I wasn't drinking, so he brought out a cup of tea for me. And
it's no wonder he didn't try to spike that.
Well, he kind of did because it was chai tea, so I couldn't drink it because it has caffeine in it, and I'm anti-caffeine now. So
that's true. That's true.
I can't win.
But he was bringing over things of Coke, and they were spiked. Where it's just like they had a little bit of Coke in them, and it's like all whiskey. Like what the hell?
I think the Coke was for color.
Well, yeah. We'll just give that.
So anyway, our
long story short,
our brother in arms was downed by a combination of Indian
food and drinks,
cocktails. So
laced cocktails.
But we changed it up. I think that actually one of these was the first time we did a non-horror movie as one of the.
Hey, I think you're right, and I don't think it should always be a rule where it's going to be like that. As long as the movie's awesome, it's classic,
Doesn't matter.
The geek factor is just like off the charts.
Well, and a funny thing also is that I mentioned this on one of the earlier episodes. We did the top 5 best 80s comedies. I think it was it was either my number 1 or my number 2, and nobody else had seen it. So now at least Richard's seen it.
Yeah. As to say, I wasn't. I don't believe I wasn't familiar with it. And it's like I watched it, and like I've never seen this, and it's like, how did this just get off my radar? I never watched it.
So I think, without any further ado, the first movie we watched was 1985's Better Off Dead, classic with John Cusack. It's one of the most underrated 80s comedies in my opinion. It's so off the wall in some moments that you have to kind of like just sit there and be like, yeah, this isn't serious at all.
Right, it is. It's very off the wall. And what year did this come out?
85.
85. All right. Yeah, John Cusack is awesome in it, and like I said, it wasn't on my radar, and it really should have been. And after watching it, I honestly just want to go pick it up myself and watch it again. So
got an awesome. His sidekick is none other than Curtis Armstrong, better known as Booger from the Revenge of the Nerds movies.
Dude, and he is equally as awesome in this, if not better.
He's not so much like the horny guy with joints as the guy always trying to find a way to get high.
Yeah, he's just looking for constant drugs or way to get high. He's not even worried about the Pootie Tang or anything. So.
He's snorting strawberry jello at one point.
And snow.
And buying whippets.
Yeah, the whippets. Oh, dude.
Carrying around a pickled pig for no reason.
Oh my god, yeah, he's in the classroom with the pig, yeah.
But that's the nature of this film, is like if you watch it and try to make sense of it, it's just you're missing the point.
It's just off the wall, everything is crazy, but it makes sense,
The fact that John Cusack is trying to kill himself every few scenes and then chickens out.
Right.
There's a kid on a bike that's a newspaper boy that's like constantly chasing him like the Terminator.
Yeah, he stays with it. He will not get up. $2. Just chasing him down the mountain.
It just never stops.
Oh god, so good. So do you want to give like I guess kind of like the summary, like
okay.
I guess without us just kind of jumping around.
Do a quick summary.
Yeah.
So basically, the story is John Cusack is Lane Meyer, who's a teenager in love with, I can't even remember the girl's name, Beth.
Yeah.
He's in love. He's like obsessively in love with this girl Beth, who's obviously not really into him.
And she was in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1.
She was the first victim of Freddy Krueger.
Very first victim. Yeah.
She was in like a few movies. I think she was in like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, a few others.
Yeah. Very very cute. Very cute.
But like he's like borderline obsessive over her. Like he's just got pictures of him all over his windows and walls. Like,
oh god, dude, the
a
closet.
Serial killer. Yeah, he's,
the closet was epic.
He's got a closet full of shirts, and all of them have like on the hangers are just black and white pictures of her.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So basically, like she dumps him for like this other guy that's a good skier, and so he's like mock suicidal, and like trying to kill himself.
I have nothing to live for. I loved her.
Up. Yeah. And meanwhile, you also have like the story of like there's the French exchange student next door that's living with like
these creepy
the mutant child and his weird mother,
weird mom,
And I mean, you really don't need much more than that. Like other than he's trying to like try out for the ski team and beat this guy.
Yeah. He doesn't believe in himself, and
it's really not so much the story as much as just the randomness.
It's the random. Yeah, I mean the story. Well, obviously, story's important, but it's just like you got to pay attention, just like all the random stuff to pick up on all of it.
There's like random scenes of animation. There's
the Van Halen scene. Yeah. I don't want to spoil it too much. Was epic.
A music video made to claymation hamburgers with "Everybody Wants Some" by David Lee. Right, Van Halen with Diamond David. One of the highlights of the movie.
Yeah, epic. I lost it when that came on.
It's just like even if you're like this movie's dumb, you need to watch it just for that.
It's good. And you had said that John Cusack is not very proud of this film. And it's a damn shame because he should be. It's a great film.
I kind of hate John Cusack now because I guess he told the director he never wanted to work with him again because he made him look stupid in the movie, and it's like
that's what he was playing.
He wasn't he's the straight man. Like he's a dumb kid. That's right. We were all that age.
Exactly.
Stupid stuff.
That's what I loved about it. It's like you and I and many other people can relate. Because it was in high school and stuff, and we all have done that dumb shit over that girl. Or whatever.
It's completely relatable, but at the same time, I think the reason it works is because all the outrageous stuff is kind of like how your brain works when you're a kid.
Oh yeah.
Like,
The picture is so much smaller. It's not as big.
Do I really think that a paperboy was chasing him like Terminator style? No, he's exaggerating that, but it works for the movie to kind of like continue the story.
Right, absolutely.
The fact that every time you see him in his car, he's like the muffler's hanging off of it. You can hear it like dragging everywhere he drives.
Right, and that was the family car, right? So,
I think so.
It's like dude, family car. That was my car.
The fact that his mother's like always randomly making these horrible like foods.
Dishes and shit.
At one point she makes something with raisins and it's like this green slime and it starts like
it
crawling across the table. And he's just staring at
casually,
it like it's just
okay,
he's just
there
like
it goes.
Kind of surprised by it, but doesn't do anything or like alert anyone. It's just meh.
Right. Yeah, I really like this film, and I think John Cusack, played it well, and as well as everybody.
Everybody in it's really funny.
Oh yeah, every plot, from Booger to the teacher, the teacher that goes out with his girlfriend.
Vincent Scavelli.
Yeah,
he's just such a weird looking guy, but he just works.
God, loved him. As soon as I, for me, seeing him first time, it's what it is. It's Last Action Hero playing the Ripper, so it's like, that's one big thing for me.
No, he didn't play the Ripper.
He didn't play the
Ripper? That was
Tom
Noonan, the guy that played the Frankenstein monster in Monster Squad.
Oh my God, you're right. I'm such
Vincent Scavelli, you know him from, he was the organ grinder in Batman Returns.
Oh, that's right. He
did a lot of movies where he was just that weird, creepy looking guy.
You're right, and dude, it's like when sometimes you're typecast where you get those roles, but he was good at it.
He was also in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Exactly, he was. You're right. God, I can't believe I
It's okay. Another creepy guy.
But you're right. Yeah, Batman Returns and God, Monster Squad. Yeah, all that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like all of the '80s tropes are in this, and it fits and works well.
And as we were watching the film, a lot of the stuff that's happening in the film could never happen now. Could never come out. Like the scene where he's trying to hang himself in the garage. It's like just the way it does it. His mom's vacuuming around him.
Any movie that we live in a time where you can't make a movie where it's just funny that somebody's trying to commit suicide over something like this.
Even if it's part of the story or whatever, it's like it's going to have some sort of retarded backlash for it.
Oh yeah, people. If this were made today, people would have like a conniption fit and be like, you're making fun of suicide. And it's like, it's not so much making fun of suicide, it's more just like how stupid you are as a kid.
Right, exactly.
You do these dumb things.
So it's a great, good film.
I do love that every time that he does try to commit suicide, he's always like, wait a minute, no, this is dumb, this is death. And as soon as he changes his mind, that's when something screws up. And
he accidentally does it like the bridge. He's like, oh. Like,
terrible,
man.
Somebody throwing away a perfectly good white boy.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. Oh God. Yeah, which he was Creighton Duke from Friday Part 9.
So many characters and actors in this that went on to do other things that are just great.
Sure. I mean, it's awesome to be able to pick out all the actors and.
Well, and what I pointed out to Richard before we started was it was directed and written by the same guy that created Eek the Cat.
Oh yeah, with the animation and stuff.
And you
That's
could see it with the animation.
Like when he's not trying to give away too many scenes and stuff. Like I said, go definitely see the film. But when he's in the cafeteria and he's drawing, he's drawing the scene and it comes to life. It's epic. It's awesome.
It is literally. I bought this for $3.75 at Walmart on DVD, and it was worth every penny.
Oh, absolutely, dude! Sometimes you find gems.
Yeah.
You got to go searching for these things. That's part of the fun of it.
What was hilarious is I've been going to game stores and places that have DVDs for sale, looking for this, and then sure enough, I find it at Walmart for cheaper than I even thought I would get.
Yeah, than you thought you would.
Yeah, so
it's pretty crazy. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All around good, fun time.
Great fun 80s film. We definitely both say you should check it out. And it's not one of those ones like Nightmare City or the Meatball Guys. It's like, it's just so bad, it's awesome. No, this really is a good film.
If Aaron had been here, I think he would have agreed with us that it was a good film.
Yeah, because he was quoting
He's seen it before.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So, like I said, definitely great film and
worth a watch. Not fairly okay for kids. No real nudity I saw.
No, not really.
I think it was like PG-13.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was the rating on that? It had to have been something like that.
I bet it was probably like, I'm guessing at worst. Well, it was 85, so they didn't have PG-13 yet, so it was PG.
Oh yeah, that's right. So PG, right?
Yeah.
They hadn't bridged the gap, kind of.
Yeah.
So
it was. I think Temple of Doom was the first PG-13.
First film. Right. What was I watching that told it? Was it Minty? Was it talking about it, or was it?
I think it might have been.
Yeah, I was talking about that. Shout out to Minty on his show on YouTube.
Very cool guy.
Yeah.
I follow him on Facebook. He's liked some of my comments I've made before. Cool dude.
Yeah, great short YouTube show if you love classic films, horror and adventure and comedy and all sorts. And
which is actually a great segue into our next movie because of all three people, Minty just did an episode about this next film, which was me watching that going, I've never seen this, and this looks like it would be interesting and fun.
And I'm like, we've got to watch it. So,
so number 2 for the night was
Night of the Demons, which is
it's great. Except I kept calling it Night of the Creeps earlier,
which is another great film.
But a great film, but not the same movie.
Yeah, Night of the Demons stars herself, the '80s Scream, one of the Scream queens was Quigley.
Linnea Quigley, Trash from Return of the Living Dead.
And God, she's been in a lot of other.
She's been in so many horror films. Just one of the great Scream queens.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Seems like a genuinely cool person. She loves her fans.
She does horror conventions now, of course, and all that.
She's probably older than my parents.
She still embraces it.
She's going towards late 60s, early 70s, and still looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, she still looks good. She still looks bang. I have to say.
Still has an amazing body on her.
Oh yeah. And of course people know that she shows it.
Oh yeah.
In Return of the Living Dead, and she shows it again in here too. So it's just she's not afraid of any of that shit. So.
Well, before we go any further, since I did the synopsis of the movie I had seen, why don't you go ahead and give us a random.
So kind of like the way it is in a lot of other horror films, there's a bunch of friends or friend of friends or whatever that are like, hey, it's Halloween, let's have a party, let's do a Halloween, party. And of course, there's that one place where it's like, ooh, we don't go there, or we don't do that, and so it's there's this big old haunted house that used to be a crematorium, pretty much.
Right.
So it's oh, well, we gotta have the Halloween party there. So that's how it kind of starts, and they unleash some demons and whatnot, and get possessed, and. There's not much of a huge storyline here either, so...
Quick rule of thumb, in any 80s scenario, let's just say hypothetically, I grew up in the 80s, but let's say I was a teenager in the 80s, just from watching some of the films of the 80s, anytime that there was a party to go to, and somebody was like, let's go to a cemetery, or let's go to a mortuary, or let's go to this creepy old house, and be like, I think we should go hang at the VFW, because I've seen enough of these movies to know it's not going to end well.
I know how this goes, and even though I've seen all this, I'm still probably going to die first.
Also, if, if I'm in a situation where I've got a bunch of dumb teenagers and it's the 80s and we're going to go have a party.
Right.
One of them happens to look like Linnea Quigley, and they're like, let's go to either cemetery or mortuary or creepy old house.
Right.
I'm out.
It's no, the VFW, the hall was fine, yeah.
I've seen this movie, and I know how it ends. I would suggest we go, I'm going to say 7-Eleven.
Right. No, there's a lot of people, a lot of lights.
A lot of lights.
A lot
of telephones.
Yeah, a lot of telephones. Wi-Fi, these days, whatever, so...
that's the only thing watching this that, I noticed was, so much of it felt like almost a rehash of Return of the Living Dead.
It really was, because it's a bunch of guys, guys and girls partying, and it's oh hey, let's
in an
go.
area they shouldn't be partying,
right?
Dealing, messing with things they shouldn't be messing with.
Partying, drinking, listen to some tunes and whatnot. So
yeah, random punk rock being played.
Hell yeah, on the boombox, And what I like about the film, of course, they have little snippets of band stickers and. Stuff, everywhere from Exodus to corrosion conforming and all this crazy shit around the movie. So
also,
that's awesome.
Return of the Living Dead and Night of the Demons both have a scene of a random attractive female character in either punk or goth demographic doing a basic striptease to some random
lucky
like
damned
gothy
individual.
Oh no, I was gonna say to weird gothy or punky music.
Well, that is true. That is true. Yeah,
it just kind of cracks me up. But it was what really kind of was interesting to me was, of course, the effects are really good.
Yeah.
But some of the camera work was actually pretty impressive. It's obvious they were influenced by Evil Dead. There was, kind of
when it was kind of going down the hall
right.
with it, the spirit or whatever.
I think Sam Raimi was a heavy influence because there was also there was a few shots where they just have the group in the house and the camera's just kind of following in a circle as they're all talking, and I was like, that's a very kind of Evil Dead thing to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can see the influence. The whole story is, you could very easily have turned it into an Evil Dead movie.
Oh yeah, I mean, and as we know, Evil Dead paved the way for a lot of this stuff. So
88, they could have grabbed Bruce Campbell and thrown him in there with a chainsaw arm. And
dude, yeah, they could have thrown him in there. Period. And
I mean, again, it's a fine film for what it is. But
oh yeah, it was a fun film. Fun film.
Some random moments. I was just. Halfway through the movie, I will, I can't help it. Sometimes I watch a movie and I just find myself riffing, especially when it's a horror film.
Oh, well, of course, man. Of course. That's part of the fun,
Yeah.
Even if it's, an amazing film,
Again, without taking too much away, I'll just mention one segment where Linnea Quigley is possessed by a demon and proceeds to strip down and start having intercourse with an individual.
Right.
And as she's on top of him, she starts saying, "Stop looking at me. Stop looking at my makeup.
Is my makeup okay?
Is my makeup okay?" And when he's like, "I'm not even I don't know what you're talking about," she suddenly turns into a demon.
It's fine.
And then gouges his eyes out. And my first thing was to Richard, I was like, all right, now if this girl was on top of me in this situation with this going on, and she suddenly goes, "Is my makeup okay?" My first reaction would be, "Huh?" And then when she went demon face, I would just, again, a different movie would start because she'd do the demon face, and I'd be like,
because
I don't know,
this ain't Night of the Demons XXX. Bow chicka bow wow. You know what I mean? It's just I'm along for the ride now.
Flip up with the creepy demon face, and I'd just be like, for most people, this would be a turn off. But I'm just telling you right now, this is just getting started because now this just gets freaky.
I was like, oh shit, hold
we
up,
would have had a whole different movie if I would have gotten a hold of the script.
Right. Well, I mean, there's there's porn spoofs of everything else, so it's like, why not? Well, I wonder if there's an Evil Dead Putin.
I don't know, but I know Scary Movie kind of did something to that effect.
Sure, right.
I think it was Scary Movie 2, the ghost, some ghost tries to attack one of the Wayans brothers, and he's always there's a hint that he might be a little gay, and the ghost is trying to mess with him, and all of a sudden it's implied that he's trying to rape the ghost.
Right.
And the ghost is trying to get away.
He's like, no, yeah, right.
I guess that would be the closest to that.
Right.
That was kind of on the nose.
Right. That's good shit too.
But
good classic stuff.
Yeah. Again, the effects were really good.
Yeah, gore effects were good, and makeup and just all that stuff.
Without giving anything away, the ending's fine, but it's they tack on something on it that just really I get why it was in there because it's they mention it at the beginning of the movie and then it's a payoff, but it's kind of it just felt kind of tacked on. Do we really need that? I get it. It's kind of a cool. The effects are cool for the scene, but was this necessary? This is not a character that was important to the story.
Sure, right.
Other than just kind of there.
Right.
But I didn't mind it. It's just kind of that was a weird choice.
It was just one of those things. Maybe it was one of those things where it was just they had a different ending and they rewrote it because they didn't like it, or who knows?
It almost felt like a Tales from the Crypt or a Creepshow ending.
Right. It's exactly. So
it's somebody getting their comeuppance for bad behavior early in the movie.
Right.
But at the same time, that part was not the problem. It was the punchline of it with again, without giving it away, it was the punchline of another character after something horrible happens, and just like, okay, so wait a minute, she was in on it?
Right.
Like, what does that imply? Like, does she realize what she's done? No,
Right.
Again, it's hard to explain without spoiling it, so I don't want to spoil it.
We don't want to go into it
but
too much.
But if you've seen it, you probably understand what I'm talking about.
What he's talking about, what Sean's talking about, or go see the film.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm sure it's it's on.
I'm sure it's fairly
Amazon.
Easy. Yeah.
Or,
it's fairly easy.
Fairly
to get
easy to
of.
find. And
This movie. Fun.
Yeah, the movie, as we were talking about too, when we were looking up, it didn't do well when it came out theaters because it had a really limited run.
It did do well, but it had a limited run.
Oh,
Everywhere it was shown, it did amazing.
Right.
But the problem was it had a very limited
Very
run.
limited. Okay.
What they were saying is that if it would have been released domestically, like as they should have, it would have
better.
Tripled its money
right.
or something like that.
But then when they released it on VHS, it was a cult classic. So.
I mean, if you look at the VHS art, it's one of those that like you immediately look at it as like, I don't know what's going on, but that looks cool.
And that was me as a kid, like
sure.
we were talking about, like picking it. It's like I saw the cover, and it's like I got to check this out. And
well, and that was horror in the '80s. Like, you go into a video store and you look at the cover. If it's doesn't jump out at you, then probably you're not going to want it.
Yeah, it's just like, Now it's just like, whether you're on Netflix or you are able to find that video store, it's really touch and go with those covers.
It's sad. Like, kids don't know what it's like anymore. Like,
right.
Going to a video store and, like, just walking around the racks, not necessarily going for what...
Yeah. Now it's just kind of by word, like, even, like, talking about Netflix or Hulu or whatever. It's all about word of mouth. It's like, you tell me something about that's really awesome and I'll go check it out. Or vice versa. So,
it's on the scale of worst movies we've watched so far, it's definitely not. It's not Nightmare City.
No. That's probably the worst. If you want to, stack them, I guess. Right.
If I were to stack it, Nightmare City would be at the bottom. Better Off Dead is comedy, so I'm not going to even put that in.
Yeah, put it, because, it's not horror, so we can't put it with.
I honestly, again, we haven't watched too many, so don't take this that it's a bad movie, but it'd be Nightmare City, Night of the Demons.
We did Return of the Living Dead 3.
I would say Return of the Living Dead 3, and then Night of the Living Dead 90 above. Like, it's probably the best of the horror we've watched so far.
Yeah.
But again, we haven't watched that many, so we're not there yet.
Well, we're still kind of scratching the surface because there's so
still
many.
Gauging, but
there's so many that you need to turn me on to,
sure.
and then vice versa. Like,
well, wait a second. Didn't we do one on night? Did we do Demons, or was that just you and I watching it, and we were just? We never recorded.
This is where in the podcast we would pause, but we're not going to do it and be like, oh, we goofed up, but.
The Demons.
We did do Demons because I remember working. I'm so stupid. I worked on all the art for it. I'm so retarded.
We did at least Demons.
We did the first Demons.
Demons was probably.
Demons is up there just because of how crazy it was.
I would say Demons and Night of the Demons are very close together because they're very similar.
Right.
Although I think Demons is just a little more just batshit crazy and.
Oh yeah, real off. You just roll off the.
Like you can kind of watch Night of the Demons and go, okay, I kind of see where this is going. I see how this is gonna culminate.
A lot of it makes more sense than Demons because Demons was just like, what the fuck,
Although I will say that Night of the Demons it was obvious that the director hadn't done a lot of movies.
Right.
Was, kind of learning his craft, but he does some kind of cool things I wanted to mention to you.
Yeah.
First off, and I went and looked at, like, trivia, because I always do that.
Sure.
But one in particular, Angela, the goth girl we were talking about, I found interesting is that if you watch the movie again, every scene where before she gets possessed.
Right.
She's wearing a pair of cross earrings.
They're right side up, right?
They're correct.
And then when she's possessed,
the next time you see them, they're upside down. I was like, that's a nice little...
Granted, I hadn't watched it in a while,
sure.
But I did notice that when she was possessed, I'm like, oh, that's upside down now. Right on.
Another one that was interesting, and I won't give any names out,
yeah.
So that, again, it won't spoil the ending or anything. There's a scene where they break a mirror and like they pull you know, they take up the mirror and there's shattered glass on the floor.
Right.
And it was a cool camera effect, but you see you know, it's basically like the characters are looking down into the glass, and then the shattered pieces of each character. If you notice, every character that has a picture in that glass ends up dead. If you notice, the two characters that survive the movie are not in that.
I didn't really think about that.
Because they're in the background, so they don't see their reflections. But the ones that all see their reflections all die.
All die. Wow. See, I didn't really pick up on that before.
And I read that trivia before as we were watching it, so it wasn't that scene yet. And I was like, I'm going to watch that, and I'm going to see if that's for real.
Kind of look for it.
So sure enough, I watched the movie, and I was like, yeah, it's totally true.
It's right on it. Huh. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
But
wow. And I'm sure it probably didn't take a ton of money to make this film either. So.
I don't think it did. I think it made its money back pretty easily.
Oh yeah. Probably, and then some. So
the acting is not great. That was one.
Well, no.
But I mean, it's fine for what it is.
I've seen a lot worse.
Oh yeah,
believe me.
But I mean, like some of
it wasn't Academy Awards.
Some of the line reading is kind of bad,
kind of goofy, and it's kind of just like out of nowhere and stuff. It's like cheesy, but again, it's 80s. It's horror.
Sure,
so,
I'm not complaining. It's just
you know,
it's a low budget horror movie,
right?
Which is funny because you know, Better Off Dead was a pretty high budget comedy, as opposed to that. So you're seeing the difference, like
right.
It's making a comedy is harder than anything, just because you have to be able to.
Back in the day, and I'm sure it's probably the same, a lot of people make horror movies because it's easier, too.
It's cheap, it's easy.
It's cheap, it's easy, yeah.
Comedies are not easy to make because you not only have to be good, but you also have to be funny. Like, you have to be able to deliver your lines in a way that people laugh.
It has to be the moment. Like, almost like a jump scare or whatever in a horror film, but it's so much harder to do it in a comedy, to deliver it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's so much harder to pull that off.
Yeah.
You know?
So the things to take from tonight: 1, don't try to commit suicide over a girl.
No, definitely not worth it.
And 2,
not worth it.
If you somehow get sucked into a wormhole and taken back to the 80s, and somebody says, "Hey, let's go party in a cemetery, a mortuary, a creepy old house, or anything,
crematorium,
anything that's even remotely creepy,"
just hell no.
Don't do it, because it's going to end badly for your friend.
No matter how hot the girls are you're going to party with, suggest that better place. Like your house, I don't know.
Go hang out at Burger King. I don't care.
Right.
Like, no horror movie took place at Burger King.
Well,
as far as I know.
And then you got the Burger King, who's just creepy in his own way. But
he didn't show up until, like, the 2000s. So.
This is true.
I don't think they even had a mascot for most of their...
They didn't. They had the Burger King Kids Club.
They had the Kids Club.
That's a totally different,
but they were all douchebags. I was... never once did I feel threatened by the Burger King Kids Club.
More so with the Burger King.
Burger King stared into my soul.
Oh yeah. This is a fact. I'm with you right there. But yeah. So great films tonight. I'm glad that we were able to do this again and everything, fun stuff.
Try to get more of a rhythm to it. Start doing it more often. Hoping we get some more guest stars on.
Yeah. You know me. I'm down for whatever, whenever. So maybe even next weekend or who knows.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I just picked up a new mic for this actually, so hopefully what you're hearing is a little bit better quality.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I mean, when I go to mix this and then add stuff, the quality changes a little bit. So, but yeah, heard from feedback from people saying it show's pretty cool, but audio could be a little better. So,
sure.
So. Hell yeah, I went and got it, and
it looks cool too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's got one of those snowball podcast mics, but it's actually also called a blue ball. Where do the jokes begin? But yeah, good stuff. Probably post photos on Facebook page or whatever. So,
sure, that would be cool.
Good stuff.
So yeah. Oh my God, my cat The cat just like beefed into
Oh,
the
no.
cat box.
I saw her over there.
I
But...
just got a whiff of it.
Oh,
This
no.
is why I don't feed you that wet food all the time.
Oh no! It's like cover your nose, Cobra Commander. This shit.
So yeah, that's a nice. That was Sudsy's contribution to tonight's
Right
podcast.
to tonight's podcast.
Thank you, you stinky cat. I love you, but
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to say about the films, and is there anything else you kind of want to say before we wrap this up? Or is
nothing
there
I
anything
can
else
really think of. Again, if you have any suggestions on movies that we should
Yeah,
do, that would be
I'm
really
always,
cool.
Yeah, I'm always down for suggestions, or we both are. So yeah.
You know, I don't mind if it's a movie I've seen before, but we kind of prefer at least one of us hasn't seen it.
Yeah, or you know, even it being a B-rated film, we don't want to do like the big films. We want to do the smaller, kind of lesser known films.
If you like go in and be like, watch Aliens, I'll be like, I've seen it like 78 times.
Right.
What?
As much as I would love to do it, everybody else has done it too.
I've already said everything I really need to say about it.
It's amazing. It's perfect. He's saying that in the background.
This cat, she's just staring at me. It's just the odor is just
Aww.
hanging over.
But she's so damn cute, though. I can see, I'm like, over there, like how she's just looking at you.
Yeah.
But yeah, God, what do I want to say? We're gonna, of course, have the intro from Cauterized again, so
Definitely check those guys out.
Yeah. Again, they have. I haven't checked their stuff out in a while, but I'm sure they have the Bandcamp still up. So go check them out on Bandcamp, or they're on Twitter, Instagram. They have like an EP, like a 4-song EP up on Bandcamp. Go check that out. You only even have to like pay $1 for it, I think, and you can like download it like really quickly. So
are we on Twitter, by the way?
We are not, but we can be. We're on Instagram.
Okay, I was just thinking we should do Twitter too.
Yeah, definitely, we'll do Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on, and then I put, of course, links up on our YouTube page for that and everything. And I need to update all that stuff too. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, we're not dead.
No, we're very still, much still around. It's just getting this stuff going.
Yeah.
Personal shit comes up, and it's good to be doing this stuff. It's awesome, but
we're back from the dead, so to speak.
Yeah, right. It's it's a resurrection sequel. We keep coming back. So
Miss Fiend Cave Podcast 2: The Quickening.
Yep.
Next time that we go on hiatus and come back, it's going to be our Electric Boogaloo.
That's awesome. But yeah, so you can follow us on all the usual social media we'll throw up, and
I might try to get a little better about that.
Podcast.
Maybe finally get an Instagram going.
I keep telling you, man, do the Instagram. That's where I am on Facebook a lot, but I am on Instagram more. I just tend to like that, a lot better. So yeah, we're hit us, follow us on all that stuff, Always throwing art up and silly photos on my end, and shit, I don't even know what else to say. God, it's been a minute.
We're both kind of tired. We've been
late, yeah. So we're gonna wrap this up, and we'll pick it back up for next episode. So we'll see you guys soon, and thanks for listening as always.
As always, stay frosty
and stay metal. Later, guys. Bye.